Good morning, welcome to today's daily vlog. Are you guys ready? So today was filled with really just a lot of miscellaneous errands, pretty boring day, and so I decided to make a reaction video, and since this is the daily vlog of a progressive Christian, I decided to YouTube search funny religious people. I've been through a lot on my spiritual journey. I deserve to laugh a bit at funny religious people. And not to make fun and put down, but to just laugh with them, because I'm sure the Christians in these videos have moved on and progressed. I haven't seen this video at all. This video is just called Christian Cringe Fails. Let's check it out.
Hey, Scotty. Jesus, man.
I think I've seen that video. That's what, oh my gosh. Okay.
They had Christians because they threw them to the lions.
I think this might predate that. I think this might predate
I
that.
don't think anything predated Christians.
No. Yes.
Oh,
the Greeks came first. Yes, the Greeks were first. Then the Romans, then the Christians.
Jesus came first before them, so
No.
okay, all right,
Not on paper.
Okay.
Not on paper.
What? Wait. If you're a Christian that said, what? No, Jesus was first. That book that you read has an Old Testament. You know that? Oh my.
The word offense in the Greek is scandalon, and it refers to the bait of a trap. This is an old Texas rat trap, and I've smashed many a finger on this thing trying to show this message. And when you put the bait on this trigger, that trigger is called the scandalon. That's the offense. And if you reach for the offense to be offended because you are, an animal reaches for it to eat it, but a Christian reaches for the offense because he's hurt.
Oh, no. I didn't think that was actually gonna happen. The lengths that preachers go to convey a message. There's got to be a better way to illustrate that message, right? Don't reach for the offense, people. It'll only hurt you.
The abortionists have got to bear some burden for this because God will not be mocked, and when we destroy 40 million little innocent babies, we make God mad. I really believe that the pagans and the abortionists and the feminists and the gays and the lesbians who are actively trying to make that an alternative lifestyle.
That list, though, like, I bet you anything he has that list memorized and he says it every time in the exact order. Oh my gosh.
All of them who tried to secularize America, I point the thing in their face and say, you helped this happen. Well, I totally concur.
Okay, I promise you I'm not like putting on an act. That was like a literal reaction to that. And I think like I would be one to cringe at this stuff even more than, say, like a completely non-religious person, grew up non-religious person would, because it's like I cringe at them, and at the same time I cringe at certain people I grew up with, certain conversations I've overheard in certain Christian settings. Oh my goodness. This reminds me, this is probably the stupidest thing I've ever heard from a Christian. I overheard this at this like prayer thing. Two people talking. The drought in California had just become like big news, and they were talking about it, and this guy says to this girl, young people, like probably a year or two younger than me. And the guy says, you know, I think the reason that we're having this drought is because of the gay people in San Francisco. What? and he was like, well, God did stuff like that with like Noah's Ark and stuff, so he could do it again. Which is crazy, because that story ends with God saying, I'm never going to do anything like this again. Oh my. The stupidest thing. The stupidest thing. Drop a comment and tell me the stupidest thing that you've ever heard from any type of religious person. And I'm including the Star Children in there too.
Hey, this is Ken, who says, my niece has a huge painting of Buddha hanging on her living
Oh,
room
no.
wall. She's not a Buddhist. She bought it because the colors matched her sofa.
Okay, I love this. I haven't seen this clip. I love this statement because this totally represents my generation. She has a huge painting of Buddha, not because she's a Buddhist, but because the colors matched her sofa. I've legit walked into friends' houses and I've seen like religious paintings, like Buddhist paintings or Hindu paintings, and I'm like, oh, you're into this? And they're like, oh, I just thought it looked really cool. I'm thinking of so many people right now that I personally know in my hometown who would totally put up a giant painting of the Buddha just to match their sofa.
Is having this artwork in her house considered idolatry?
Yes, it is, and you don't know what kind of demonic power is attached to that. I don't want to get super spiritual on this thing, but I would...
Too late, Pat. Sorry.
Take that statue of Buddha, a picture of Buddha, and set it on fire.
I would set it on fire! I don't mean to be super spiritual or anything, but you should take that painting, not throw it away in the garbage, but set it on fire. What's the deal with old school Christians and fire? That was barely anything, and I'm only including a few clips, but even that was enough Christian cringe for today. It's the end of the week. Let's do a book review. What's up? Welcome to another book review. Today we're reviewing Big Magic. Now this book came out 2,000 years ago. Sorry, I've been talking about Christianity and Jesus too much. This book came out 2 years ago in 2015. Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert. Creative living beyond fear. That breaks it down pretty much. It's about creativity and really overcoming any type of fear you have around your creative work. It's legit one of my favorite books. One of my favorite parts is it talks about how when we're younger, there's people who are especially creative or especially really good at something, and so they're pretty much categorized off and given more resources and opportunities because they've shown that they're the best at certain things. Meanwhile, you really like doing those things too, but you're not the best, and so therefore you're not given the resources and opportunities, and you're just told, find something else to do. For example, you may have liked writing when you were a little kid, and there was this other little kid in your class who also liked writing, but he was really, really good, and so they put him in like writing programs, told him about special competitions he can join in, told him about even special publishing agencies that publish kids' writings, and meanwhile, they didn't tell you anything because you didn't have the best story in the class, and your teachers and leaders didn't tell you anything about your writing, and then you just let it go and eventually just kind of forgot that you liked writing. There's this lie in our society that you should only commit yourself to doing something if you're just really good at it. Dude, if you loved writing when you were a kid, who cares if you're good at it or not? Keep doing it. If you loved skating when you were a kid and you feel like if you picked it up again you would still love it, but you know that you won't go pro, who cares? It seems like all this creative work that we all just love doing, we get convinced of when we're older that you should only do if you're trying to go pro. No way. Do what you love. Create what you want to create. So this is really for anyone with any sort of creative bone in them, people who actually commit their lives to art, and people who used to draw stick figures and really liked it and used to come up with stories for each and every stick figure that you drew, and then you just kind of gave up on it. Read this book. Stay creative, people. That's it for today. Thank you for watching. Drop a comment, let me know what you think, and see you tomorrow.